I have not been looking forward to this one. Ninja Hattori-kun is an absolutely beloved game in Japan. And everyone who plays it outside of Japan can't figure out why. The game sold 1.5 million copies, which made it the 18th best-selling Famicom game overall. So it was absolutely huge, and if you talk to someone in Japan about what classic Famicom games they liked, there's a good chance Ninja Hattori-kun would come up. My own experience with the game has been trying it, going, why would I subject myself to this, and going off to play something else. But this time I was determined to actually understand how to play the game. Really get down in there and work out what made it so special. And I wound up pounding my head against the wall for about an hour. The mechanics in Hattori-kun are unintuitive to say the least. They're also poorly documented. It was over half an hour into playing before I finally understood how the power-ups worked. Fortunately, you have me to explain all of this. The game is based on the comic Ninja Hattori-kun, a comedy about a young ninja who moves from the countryside to Tokyo and gets into mischief. It's actually from the same creator as Obake no Kyutaro, Fujiko Fujio-e. I can't say I've ever read it, and I probably never will. But it's one of those things with decades-long popularity in Japan. The game doesn't really have a proper story. You're just Hattori-kun and you're training. Your goal on every stage is to just go to the right until you reach the shrine gate. Then after a brief bonus game, you'll advance to the next level. There are 16 stages in all before the game loops. The first thing you'll notice when playing Ninja Hattori-kun is that the controls are terrible. There's no way around this. Hattori-kun has enormous inertia to him, so he can't really turn around or jump very well. You have to build up speed to do anything. You can jump on a lot of the background elements, but it's hard to do any platforming because the jump is just so erratic. You can see it especially in these segments where I have to jump over water. I'm trying to build up speed for the jump, and never quite manage it. There are constant streams of enemies in Ninja Hattori-kun, and the way that you dispatch them is with your shuriken. Press B to toss one out in front of you. You have a health meter in this game, though it's hard to tell. This counter in the upper right hand corner tells you how much power you have. I've noticed it doesn't always go down when you get hit either, and I've yet to find a consistent reason why. If you start getting low on health, then you want to collect the fruit. But it isn't the fruit that recover health. Instead, they appear in groups of 4, and if you collect all 4 before they vanish, the character for power appears. Collect it, and you get 2 power back. Also, one of Hattori-kun's friends can appear and will drop a heart. The hearts recover all of your power. There are a lot of hidden items in Hattori-kun as well. They're found by shooting certain spots repeatedly. The only one I ever found was this. That's an Inro, which restores you to maximum health and resets the timer. The absolute most important thing to collect in the game, however, are the scrolls. And unless somebody tells you how to do this, you'd never figure it out on your own. See these generic ninjas just walking along the ground? They're your best friends because they tell you that a mecha ninja could spawn. Watch out for the ninja cat. If it hits you, it'll steal any scrolls that you have. Shortly after the cat appears, the mecha ninja arrives. You have to hit it 4 times to destroy it, and any contact is immediately fatal. It can drop one of 2 things. A frog, which will kill you instantly if you touch it, or a scroll, which fills in the first blank spot in your ability bar. So there's a lot of blank spots in that bar, and if you die, you lose everything. And the mecha ninja is pretty rare, so it's a real struggle to collect the upper tiers of powers. You select an ability to use by hitting the select button, and the B button triggers it. Some of these are one shot, some of these last a short time, and some of them last until the end of the stage. And naturally, if you die, you lose it immediately. The first 2 grant you enhanced speed and jumping ability. Given how slow Hattori-kun is, that speed does come in handy. The third slot is a little bit hard to tell from the icon, but it gives you the ability to walk on water. The next ability, which is as high as I ever got, lets you throw the shuriken the full distance of the screen. There's a lot of abilities, and acquiring them requires a combination of skill so that you don't die before getting that high, and patience since you just have to sit there and collect things. These items that you'll see from time to time are chikua. You can think of it as a fish stick. If you collect 20 of them in a stage, then you get to be invincible. I think I found a grand total of 3 at a time. At the end of the stage, however, Hattori-kun's father throws these out as bonus items. He's mixed some dumbbells in there too, so you have to dodge the dumbbells and pick up the chikua. There's not a lot to say about the enemies, even though they come out in an infinite stream, but there are a couple worth pointing out. These ghosts are invincible, so the only thing you can do is avoid them. The Tengu will kill you instantly if you touch it. And then there's this thing. You can only kill it by hitting it 8 times while it's still small, but that is really hard to do. Once it gets big, it cannot be destroyed, so you'll have to either run under it or go over it, except it's constantly throwing a spread of shuriken around. It's doable, but it's pretty difficult. So now I understand how to play Ninja Hattori-kun, and have dedicated a bit of time to it, and I never want to play it again. I think the only way that you would come to love this game is if you were a kid who didn't have access to a lot of games, and so you bought this because it had your favorite character, and you had to learn to love it. It's not incompetently made, it's just not very good. And there really is absolutely no reason to go back and play this one.